bolt right there. I don't know if that's supposed to be like that. I already fixed that one. I just put a bunch of zip ties on it, but I'll have to make some better brackets for that. Yeah. Alright, hey, HadesOmega here, and this is a kind of update video on the WR250E project. Alright, it's actually the first video. Okay, no, it's the second video. Alright, in the last video, I weighed the bike. Alright, we found out the bike weighs 235 pounds, which is pretty damn light, is what I want to say. Pretty damn light for WR250. WR250 weighs 300 pounds wet, alright, supposedly. So it pretty much shed like 65 pounds by getting rid of all the internal combustion stuff, okay? Like, there's a lot of stuff that you get rid of, like the exhaust, the engine, the fuel injection system. Alright, we still got the gas tank on it though. Stuff like that, alright? And then, so anyway, in this video, I gotta go through the bike and tighten the bolts, alright? Literally, when I rode this thing at Honolulu Hills, it literally was falling apart as I was riding it, alright? And that's kind of what I was afraid of, alright? But it did survive the motocross track. I did do a lap or two on the track, and it survived. What can I say, alright? But I noticed it was really clunky. The plastics were clunking around everywhere. I don't like those noises, alright, guys? I don't want to hear plastics flopping around all over the place. So I'll show you a couple things that we're going to do to make it so this bike is... we're trying to get this bike ready to go on a hare scramble race, alright? So yeah, I've got a couple things that we're going to do, alright? So check it out. Alright, guys, so one of the first things I did, well, what I did last night is I've been shopping for tires, guys, alright? I got these pair of Dunlop tires, alright, knobbies, for 50 bucks. What a bargain, guys, for both of them. What a bargain. Like, you can't even buy, I think, that's like you get two for the price of half of the price, right? That's what I want to say. Okay, but yeah, these are some Dunlop Geo Max tires, I think. Yeah, Geo Max. This is a AT81, and this is I think 81F. All right, and I think these are the proper size tires for this bike. At least what's on the bike right now, right? So that one's a 90-90-21, the front tire, and then the other one's a 120-80-18, I think. 120-90-18. Okay. As long as it's an 18, I don't care. As long as it fits on there and it doesn't like rub on anything, I don't really care. Okay, so I think we're running a 120. So right now we're running Shinko E705s is what they're called. All right, or Shinko 705. It is a dual sport tire. Okay, guys, it's a more street-oriented dual sport tire. Hey, look at that! My KLR's got the same exact tires on it. Okay. Except it's like they're 17s, okay? But yeah, surprisingly, these tires did pretty well in dirt when I rode with them, but we want something that will give us the maximum traction out there, especially since we got all this torque, all right? What size tire is this? It's a 120-80-18, all right? So it's perfect, all right? Is there plenty of room on the sides? Yeah, there's plenty of room. The knobs won't touch the chain at all. It's a pretty beefy swing arm this bike has got. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna go get those tires installed in a later date. All right, in a later video. So look forward to that. So that's one of the updates. I know we'll have to take a look at the tubes, guys. HadesOmega doesn't have. You know what? I had 18-inch tubes and I gave them to my uncle. Damn it! So we're gonna have to buy some more tubes, man. Who would have thought I had a bike? I finally have a bike that has an 18-inch rear wheel, man. Alright, so the front is a 21. I think I got some tubes for that. When I install the tires, I will check out the tubes and we'll see if we need to replace the tire, okay? Chances are I'm probably going to take these tires back out because I'm planning to maybe go do a supermoto race with this bike, okay? We're going to race in the sportsman class. Man, these brakes are chewed up, man. Look at that. Looks like they've been working hard. Okay, another thing with the wheels we're going to need is a rim lock, alright? I might have a rim lock lying around. If not, we'll just buy one. But I'd like to buy like a Warp 9 one because they're lighter weight. Yeah, I'll see what rim locks I got. If I have an old rim lock lying around, we'll run that. Okay. And then yeah, man, look at those tires, dude. They look like they're ready for business, man. Okay, hopefully I've never run this Dunlop Geomax, but I think these are the right tires for this bike. I'm pretty sure these came off of some kind of Yamaha. That's what the guy was saying. Okay, so one of the most glaring things about this bike when I rode it is the plastics are flopping all over the place. Look at this. Okay. Yeah, I don't like that. All right. I don't like that. All right. So a lot of the bolts have come off of this bike. All right. I think most of the fender bolts are missing. Yeah. I think there's only one. There's only one bolt holding this fender in. All right, guys. And the fender looks awful, man. It's in awful shape. We might be able to fix that with the heat gun. I don't know what happened to it, man. It's just not very well taken care of. All right. Also, another thing is I had zip tied these to make them more rigid. All right, but I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna put, maybe not now, but we're gonna put this in there. Okay, this is the radiator bracket. All right, I'm not really sure where it goes, but we'll figure it out. All right, but yeah, I remember when I was driving on the freeway with this, these were opening up, man, and I was like, dude, that might not make it on the way home, so I zip tied them. Okay, and also this has been rubbing on this too, so I don't know what the deal with these plastics are. Hopefully it'll be, and then I think there's supposed to be a reservoir that goes here. What we could do is we could make a bracket. All right, we'll make an aluminum bracket that goes from like here to hold this, to keep this from flopping around. Okay. Chances, I know, yeah, there's going to be a lot of different revisions to this bike, guys. I probably have to I want to get rid of the gas tank at some point, or what we might do is hollow out the gas tank. That's what the previous owner said we could do, so we could get more space for batteries. The problem is the seat is anchored onto the gas tank. All right, so we'll have to figure something out there. Maybe we can get a plastic tank or something. This is a really teeny tiny tank too, man. Okay, so oh yeah, so I've already fixed some stuff. All right, so I've added these bolts. All right, these it's like a kind of mushroom head bolt, really big bolt, to keep these plastics from falling out. All right, so before there was nothing there. Okay, guys, so there should have been something there, but so I took it out of my bolt collection. All right, I've got a I think it's a Tusk bolt. It's like a common bolts thing for motorcycles, and I just took them out. Okay, so I got 2 of them. All right, and they use a 4mm Allen key to take them out. Okay, pretty cool. This is like a brand new panel, man. This one looks like the original panel because it has the WR250R sticker. This one looks like a brand new one. Alright, but now it's solid. I don't have to worry about falling off. I shit you not, man. When I was riding it, they were like about to fall off. So, yeah, they kind of hook in there. Alright, they hook into the rest of the bodywork. You have to you put it here and you slip it up so it lines up with this, and then you bolt it in. Alright, and the bolts aren't there. So yeah, I definitely don't want my bike undressing itself while I'm riding it. Okay, so there we go. I've already fixed one thing. Okay, so he did that. And then yeah, we gotta do the fender bolts, and then we gotta find out some way to mount this. So once the fender's on there securely, we gotta find out a way to mount the bottom of this. Okay, I think there's a hole. See, there's a hole here. We can probably zip tie it to this hole in the fender here. I think that's what this fender is, for this hole is. I think it's for this light. Yeah, it is for this light, because look, it matches up perfectly with it. So yeah, so we'll figure that out. And then what else? Oh yeah, the battery tray is missing a bolt. Like, there's literally only one bolt holding the battery in there. So that's gonna come apart. Oh yeah. So okay, here's another update I did. I installed a thicker battery strap. All right, so I had these straps lying around for my adventure bike riding days on the Cactus Puncher WR250 right there. So I've got more of these, so we'll ditch these skinny straps for these thicker straps. Okay, so I found another bolt that's missing, and yeah, see this is loose right here. I don't know what the guy that built this bike, man. All the bolts are freaking loose on it, man. So definitely we'll be replacing the bolts and putting Loctite over everything, man. I don't know why this bike is literally falling apart, man. It's insane. All right. Yeah, so we'll put the bolt back here. I've got one I found. All right, and then yeah, we're gonna have Rob at Fabrications Unlimited make a thicker motor mount, or well, we're gonna cut this mount off and make a stronger mount. All right, this was not gonna cut it, man. It's gonna break. I can probably have him fill this in right here, and then make a thicker mount here. Make a thicker mount from here. Or like from here to here, because these welds are gonna break, man, at some point. I think this is okay, but yeah, it just needs to be beefier. So what he could do is maybe gusset. He could probably just gusset this. Is what they could probably do. Add a gusset on each side, a plate. That would make it much stronger. And then I'm gonna try to have him make a bracket, probably a bracket that goes to the frame. I think this frame is aluminum. Maybe just make a tab, just like this one right here. See how this tab goes to the other motor mount right here? We could also make a brace. I didn't think about that. We can put a brace from the motor to this bracket right here, because there's nothing underneath here, guys. We could probably pretty easily do that also. So if we want to make this stronger, so we can do that also. Okay, so that's some of the stuff that we'll be taking care of. All right. Oh yeah. So this fender is kind of flopping around too, man. I'm gonna just put a zip for now. We'll just put a zip tie. See, there's a hole here. What previous owner told me is that there used to be a cargo rack on this bike, and it's not here anymore. So, so the tail kind of flops around a little bit. So what we'll do is we'll put a zip tie around all of this. Yeah, there's nothing we can really bolt into there, man. The holes are kind of big, man. That's what I say. So yeah, we'll just zip tie. We can run a zip tie around the whole thing there to keep that in place. We'll zip tie this to the frame so it's not freaking flopping around all over the place. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, man. The guy that built this bike, there's just bolts and wires and stuff all over the place, man. Okay, so that's the starters right there. Okay, guys. So let me go take care of that. I also did I took the phone mount off that was on here. All right, this guy. So if anybody's looking for a quad lock, it's a nice phone mount. So it's got the handlebar mount. It has the quad lock, and it has the anti-vibration dampener on it. He just gave it to me, so I was like, well, I don't really use it. So, and then I put a RAM mount that I had lying around, so we can mount a GPS to this. What I might do is take this display out also. We'll take this display out because it does nothing, okay, guys? It's literally not hooked up to anything, guys. I wish I could find a way to get it to work. Maybe I can see what these pinouts do here. It would be nice if I can get the speedometer to work on it at least, you know. Yeah. But for now, let's just take it out. Okay. So this is the handiwork for the headlight, guys. All right. There's some kind of bracket here. I don't know what these brackets came from, but he has the headlight mounted there. It's okay, I guess. And he's got a bunch of bolts here as spacers. Maybe we can just install some real spacers there, man. All right, there should probably be a washer right here. Yeah, man. See, this one he put a whole spacer thing here, but he didn't fill in the rest of the gaps here. So what the hell, dude? All right. Also, yeah, I don't like this wire flopping around here. I want to route this wire where this wire is, so we'll go ahead and do that. when we take the display out. Okay, so that's what I got going on. I'll show you guys the fruits of my labor after after I've done it. Okay, show you some of the bolts I got. So this is the bolt we're going to use for the battery tray, right? For the missing one. The funny thing is, there's a bolt that has a nylon locking nut. All right, this other one here. Okay, see that one? There's a bolt there, right? I don't know if that's a properly strong bolt, but there, see, there's a nylon locking nut. I know it's kind of hard to see. Okay, yep, see, there's a nylon locking nut there. Yeah. Anyway, the bolt I have, it doesn't have a nylon locking nut, but it has a split lock washer. So I think that should keep it from coming out. We will put Loctite on everything, alright guys? Blue Loctite. Let me get that out right now. Okay, there's the blue Loctite. Okay. So we'll put blue Loctite over everything, man. And then these are the bolts I'm going to install for the fender. I had another bolt for the fender. I don't know where it went. Maybe I already put it inside. But these are the other 3 bolts that we're going to use for the fender. Right? They're just these teeny tiny little bolts. Okay, and then we'll be putting Loctite on those. I'm wondering if it needs a washer of some sort, though. Okay, so yeah, that's what we'll do. All right, here's my out. Okay, guys, I've secured the fender. It took a lot of work, but it no longer rubs on most of the stuff, is what I'm gonna say. It still rubs on the plastics, man. Maybe I might just chop the fender a little bit. But so what I did was I installed longer bolts, man. The bolts that were in there were like teeny tiny, man. Look at them. Okay, so yeah, these are the size bolts that were in there. All right, and I noticed they don't even go through all of the thread, man. So so I installed one that's like twice as long. All right, this one right here. See how long it is? Yeah. Okay. So now they pop out from the mount. So. Okay, see how it's poking out of the mount now? Now there's no exposed thread. Yeah, so that's probably why they fell off so easily, because they're so freaking small, right? And yeah, so there you go. It's secure now. So now that that's secure, we got to try to secure this one, all right? But yeah, I got my bolt collection out, right? The good old Tusk 236 piece metric ATV bolt kit, all right? But I think I just put some random ones I had lying around. These are the nicer ones, but I was like, man, it's just gonna get dirty. You're not gonna see it anymore. So I did add some fender washers some stainless steel fender washers to it also to add more strength to it. This thing is solid. It will not flop around any longer. Okay. Yeah, it's a bummer that it's all scratched up and stuff, but okay, cool deal. All right, so let me go. I'm gonna go secure this battery box next. Okay. Alright, HadesOmega here, and I've been working on securing the battery. So the first thing we did was I installed the bolt that I had, alright, the bolt that was missing here. And now it's much more stronger because it doesn't only have one bolt holding in, right? I Loctited it, and it's got a locking washer, so I think it should be fine. Alright. And then the next thing I did is I added a washer on the other side. All right, there was no washer on the other bolt here. Okay, so I added this washer right here. Okay, I left this bolt because it already has a nylon locking nut, so that'll work. I might change it later. Who knows? Yeah. Well, the battery is pretty secure in there, as I'm gonna say, but it could still move, is what I'm gonna say, because there's only 2 points holding it right here, right? So it can flop up and down. I don't like that, guys. I want this tray to be secure, alright? Yeah. And then I added these thicker straps, alright? These are the straps that I took off of it. It's basically, I think he took like 2 straps and he put them together to make one long strap. Okay. I had these from my old adventure bike riding days when I used to have pannier racks on mine. I used to use these to tie the the mechanic bags I had. I was using these big mechanic bags for on the panniers to put stuff in. Okay, so So like these are kind of a relic from the past, and I'm glad that I've been able to repurpose them. Okay, they're fairly easy to find on Amazon. I don't know if you can find them anymore. It's been a while, but yeah, they're pretty nice. They're these big nylon straps, so I think they'll do the trick. I got plenty of them lying around. There's an extra one right there. What I could probably do is store it somewhere on the bike, just in case one of these comes off or breaks or whatever. I can restrap it. Okay, so definitely don't want our battery falling off on the trails, right? Okay, so the battery is definitely much more secure than it was when we started. All right, but I believe I'm going to try to get Robert, my fabrication guy, to make another bracket here. All right, we'll add some kind of bracket here that goes from here to the frame. All right, we'll probably put it like right here. Hopefully the chain doesn't eat it up. All right, but I think it's fine. The chain just wraps around the thingy. Okay. Also, another thing I want to do is we want to. Yeah, so I noticed this when I was buying the bike. I even told the guy, like, hey, you know this master link is the wrong direction. so if you look at the master link clip, it's supposed to be the head of it, all right, the closed portion is supposed to be going in the direction that the chain is normally traveling in, okay, guys? And the way the chain normally travels is counterclockwise, right? If you're going forward. So we want to flip this guy around, all right? So what I might do is take the master link out, and then I'm going to take a look at this sprocket. It's kind of funky, man. I don't know why it's so loose like that. Should it be loose like that? I don't think so, man. So I'm going to go take a look at that while I get the chain off, okay? So, all right. Okay, guys, I got the chain off. It's some kind of no-name chain, man. It says it's 520 on it. That's it. Doesn't say what kind of 520 chain it is, so it's some kind of generic chain. So I might want to change that in the future. And it's a non-O-ring chain also, by the way. That's the master link right there. So, yeah, we'll just put it right back on, but I'm kind of worried about this, like how loose that is. Okay. So I'm going to take that off and see if that's how it's supposed to be, man. It moves like a millimeter. Still in good shape though. I wonder how many tooth it is. I think I know he gave me a sprocket. I don't know. Let's count how many. 1, 2. So this is where I started from, alright, guys? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's a 14 tooth sprocket. That's fine, I guess. Okay, I kind of see how it works. I think it really does supposed to move around like that. Really? For real? So also another thing, I heard that they updated the design of the QS138 V3. Alright, and I don't think this is the updated design one. Yeah, because it has a step up on the inside. See in there? There's like a step up. The new design one has doesn't have the step up. Okay. Okay, so but that's how it works, guys. It slips in there, all right, and then you've got this plate here that I guess it has like a tooth here that keeps it from coming out, all right. I think I'm going to take it out and put Loctite on it, guys. With my luck, the bolts will come out, right? The bolt will come out, and then the sprocket will just come right out. So, yeah, I don't think that even if the bolt came out, I don't think the sprocket would come out. The chain should keep it in there, man. But yeah, okay, but everything looks okay in this spot. All right. I don't think the motor is quite straight in there, is what I'm gonna say, but it's straight enough. I guess it's okay. All right, but yeah, it does kind of bind when I back up the bike. Okay, but yeah, there it is. That's his handiwork. All right, so it's mounted back here, and it's wrapping around the swing arm bolt here. Okay, and I guess there's a washers or spacers in here to keep this from moving around, maybe, or maybe this just floats around in there. I don't know. Okay, and it's bolted here, here, and here. There's 1, 2, 3 bolts holding this motor together. That seems pretty strong. Oh, I see. he chopped the top of the motor. I didn't realize that. He chopped the top of the motor so we could install the battery. So he could install the battery, bad shit. Yeah. Some kind of goofy stuff, man, I'm telling you. Yeah, man. So now there's nothing supporting the top of the motor. Yeah. There's nothing supporting the top of the motor. Just the bottom of the motor. So hopefully that's secure enough. It's 4 bolts. Seems pretty secure, right? Yeah. We just need to make sure this is strong enough, because this is that's gonna crack, man. I know it. Okay. So anyway, yeah, I think that's how it works. So let's take this sprocket out, and I'm just gonna put some Loctite and put it back in. Okay, guys. Just a little bit. Oh, I'm afraid this thing's gonna come apart, you know. But all this stuff looks okay here. All right, all the drivetrain and stuff. Okay. And then I also started writing torque specs on everything. Oh yeah, here's the chain slack spec. All right, it's 38 millimeters to 48 millimeters, so that's what we'll be setting it to. All right, still got a chain roller up here. Chain guide here. Okay, hope I remember how to put this thing back together. I started also writing all the torque specs. So the front axle nut is 46 foot-pounds. The pinch bolts are 17 foot-pounds. All right, and check this out, guys. The rear axle on the WR250R is 90 foot-pounds. It's insane. I've never seen an axle that tight. I think the redshift is like 60 something. Right? The Light B is like 42. Right? Light B's 42. Yeah, the redshift is 60. I've never seen 90 foot-pounds. Now, you don't even torque lug nuts on a car to 90 foot-pounds. I always do 80. Okay. Okay, you hear me? Yeah, you know, this doesn't look too bad. It would have been nice if this was thicker up here. Like there was a little more meat up here. Because there's a ton of space here. I feel this is wasted space. We could use that space to brace the motor more, you know. All right. But anyway, we'll figure something out. Yeah, maybe we'll have Robert take a look at it, you know. My fabricator guy, see what he thinks. Okay. I hope these mounts are pretty strong. They look pretty strong. I think they should be fine. Now there is another motor mount right here on top, so we could, yeah, we could make a brace that goes from here to here. There's nothing here. Might as well, why not, right? So maybe I can do that. I can make that out of steel or aluminum. We could just use aluminum, but that'll add some extra. Oh yeah, we can make a triangle brace. We can go from here to here to here. Aha, I didn't think about that. Maybe we can have Robert do something like that. Make a triangle brace. That will make it much stronger. Think about it. Because there's nothing under here. We can do that for now. And then, I don't know. HadesOmega is trying to figure out what battery setup we're going to use. Are we going to stick with this? Which is, it looks pretty good. I like it. The weight is pretty low on the bike, you know. Or I want to go with the Sauron battery idea. All right, but we have to take the tank out and figure out what's going on underneath the frame, so to see if we can fit the WR250R frame is really compact, guys. It's small. I kind of wish we hadn't used. I wish we'd used like a WR450 frame or something instead. Okay, guys. Yeah, I think a WR450 probably would have been better, man. Okay, but anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go take this sprocket out, and then we'll see what's up with this. All right, I guess it's supposed to be that loose. That's kind of funny. That's really loose, man. That's a lot of in and out play too, man. That's got to be like 1-2 millimeters of in and out play. Then yeah, flop side to side. Yeah, well, the chain never came off. We'll see, guys. All right. Okay, I made another interesting discovery. This sprocket has a second set of holes in it, guys. All right, and it's countersunk a lot. This must use like a special bolts or something. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of weird. I think it's steel. Okay, That's interesting. Is that how it's supposed to be? I don't know, man. All right, and it's got a 2.15 inch width rear wheel, man. It's really teeny tiny, man. It's a small wheel. All right, it's made by DID though. It's pretty strong. Okay, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to get this the bolts out without putting the chain back on. So that's what I'm gonna do real quick. Okay, so put the master link back on. Chain is super loose too. I think we need to tighten it. Okay, and then we'll just hold the wheel and then try to loosen the bolt. Okay. Oh my God, it was super loose, guys. I don't even think I needed to put the chain back on. Look at how loose it is. Okay. Shit, man, that's hella loose. Like, you're totally gonna lose that bolt. Okay, well, I'm gonna put. I don't know what the torque spec for this is, but I'm gonna put it back snug with Loctite. All right. Loctite everything, guys, everything. I know this is like a small thumper bike, but there's no thumper engine in here anymore, guys. Okay, so I went and put Loctite on the bolts for that sprocket. It seems like the sprocket's fine. I think that's just the way it is. I will go ask like wobbly sprocket. Maybe I'll make a video of the wobbly sprocket, guys. It kind of binds on the way back. So also I put the master link in the right direction. All right, guys. So there you go. That's the way it's supposed to be. The closed end goes the direction of rotation. All right, and so should be happier. I don't know why it binds when I back it up. It shouldn't bind. Well, it seems fine now. It's kind of weird. Okay, last thing I probably need to do with this drivetrain is lube it. Maybe clean the chain and lube it, and then adjust the slack. All right, so it's 38 to 48 millimeters is what it is according to the book. So that's what we'll use, the service manual. Yeah, and then I have to make sure the wheel is aligned properly too for one thing. Let me see. I can stick my thumb. Yeah, I can stick my thumb in there all the way almost. My thumb easily goes in that thing, and there. This one. Yeah, this one. Okay. Well, it seems like it's right. How do you adjust this thing? Okay, there we go. So there's a notch. There's a notch right here, and you line the notch up with the tick marks. That's how you know. So that we're like 2 from the very end. That's where we're at right now. I think the chain is very, very tight on this. Okay, yep, 2 from the very end. Pretty close. I'd say the wheel is pretty well aligned, is what I'm going to say. Okay, so I just checked the chain slack on this. All right, it's 38 to 48 millimeters. I checked it with the caliper, and it's at 48. All right, it's at the maximum, guys. All right. So I'm like, well, if I don't have to adjust it, then I'm not going to adjust it. so we'll probably have to adjust it real soon, but it's like at the loosest limit right now, so I think it's fine. So I should probably get it up on the stand and move the wheel a couple times and check to see if there's any tight spots or anything. But yeah, chain seems fine. Okay, probably could use some oil. All right, so drivetrain all good to go, and then we'll work on the tail next. Okay. So tail, and then the headlight, and then I think I'll be done for tonight. Okay, and then I'm gonna take this bike to Robert tomorrow. Oh yeah, last thing did we do? Let me go find one real quick. All right, I gotta go find one of these guys, or just a regular nut, and we'll secure that. That's crazy. Is that supposed to be like that? Yeah, that's weird. I've never seen that before. Oh wait, no, that's just like this. This has that. So yeah, this is supposed to clamp to here, and this will move, and then this goes up and down right here. Okay, so I think that's right. Now we just need to secure it though. It's not very secure, yo. I think that's good. These are some beefy guards. Okay, yeah. I think all we need to do... I mean, it's fully extended right now. I'm not really sure where this is supposed to be, but I guess here is fine. Seems to be where it wants to be. Oh, never mind, it goes down. Yeah, I'm not 100 on that, guys. It doesn't clamp here though. Yeah, I think it wants to. Oh, it's not clamping on it at all. Yeah, it's not clamping on this at all. That's weird. I think I'll figure something out. All right, but anyway, we got to get that bolt on there. So I mean, on that, let me get that. Last thing I do. Alright, HadesOmega still waiting for work, so I did some more work on the bike, guys. So I added a zip tie here, and it helped it a whole lot. It was really floppy before, okay, and it was kind of rattling on the tail light. So what I did is I bent the tail light bracket downward, so there's a bigger gap here. So now it won't touch. Okay. I did want to kind of add a piece of rubber here, but I can't wrap a piece of rubber around this part here, unfortunately. So, but I think it's fine. It's definitely much better than it was before. All right, it was rattling all over the place before. Okay, and then I fixed that wire, just a couple zip ties, and it's a much neater now, man. I'm telling you. Okay, I don't know what this green wire is sticking out here. Just tuck that into this thingy here, man. Out of sight, out of mind. Right? Okay. There we go. It's a little neater now. Okay. Alright, then we'll just cut the tails off the zip ties, and then yeah. So if you remember before, this wire here, it was just dangling like it looked fucking awful, man. And all you had to do was just add a couple zip ties to it, man, to clean it up, and he couldn't even do that, dude. Yeah, I know the dude that built this bike, I don't think he used like any zip ties. I don't see any zip ties on this bike at all, man. Just the difference just the zip tie makes, man. Okay, so tail is squared away. All right, I'm just gonna cut the tail off the tails of the zip ties, and then we'll be all good. All right, HadesOmega here, and I'm home from work, and I did a little more work on the bike. So I zip tied this so this doesn't flop around. I think I did that in the last clip. Okay, so that's all good now, and then and then we tidied up that wire for the tail light. I like this tail light. I don't think this is the bright tail light for this bike, but it looks the part. Okay, another thing I did is I zip tied the wires to the handlebar. All right, for the mode select switch and the light switch. Okay, so you don't have this wire like dangling on the bottom here. Okay, see how all the wires are kind of neat, you know, not hanging, except for the light beam, man. The light beam wires are all over the place too. Okay, so there's that. Everything is kind of like tucked up behind the number plate. Okay, and then I did the same thing for this one. All right, I zip tied this over here. Okay. Also, I did this in a previous clip, as I put Loctite on these bolts here, okay, and then on the nuts, and I added this one here, okay, because it was missing one. So this should stay. This shouldn't go anywhere, but it moves still. That's kind of weird, right? That's not supposed to move at all. I'm not really sure. Maybe this rubber part is supposed to be up here. I'm not sure. Okay, but whatever, man. Yeah, so all this is supposed to slide through here. All right, so when this suspension compresses, it shoots up through there. Okay, I also put it inside here. All right, this has a little kind of bracket that you can put the thingy on. It still moves good. So one thing I noticed is so I adjusted this. All right, guys, there was a bunch of nuts here. So basically I moved it out all the way because this was rubbing on this and it wasn't allowing it to move through that. Okay, so now it is. Okay, and then I tightened it. All right, I tightened the nut over here so it stays in place. Okay, so it's a lot more secure now. It's actually, yeah, this is actually a bracket for the brake line. That's what it is. Okay, I don't really know what the other one does. Maybe it's for the clutch. I don't know. But that one has a whole bunch of nuts on it, man. I don't know why. He's using them as spacers or something. You could just use a spacer, or you could just do what I did. I turned it in kind of like a tie rod, sort of. Okay. Maybe we'll take this out later. Okay, it looks kind of cool, but it does nothing, man. And then what I did is I zip tied the fender. What's this bolt here? Okay, I zip tied the fender. Okay, to the to where the fender mount is. All right, so it won't move forward. Okay, it's pretty. I don't know. This one is kind of loose, but this one is tight. I think I got a bad zip tie on this one. I might have to redo that one, but. Okay, but yeah, there's a zip tie and it's going around here, and it's just pulling it that way. Okay, and then I moved this wire. I moved one of the. No, it's this wire. I moved this wire in here because it was outside here and it was just hanging. Okay, so that's a lot better right there. Right. So what I did is I took the clamp bolt out. I took them all the way out, and I moved the bracket out, and I shoved this in there, and then I put the bolts back. Okay. I found out. So these are 17 foot-pounds, and these are 14 foot-pounds. All of these, every bolt on the fork, all right, for the triple clamp was under torqued. Okay, so I torqued it to the correct spec. All right, these are 17, and these are 14. These are 7. The upper one is, I know, the upper one is more than the lower. That's kind of weird. Usually the lowers are tighter. And somewhere along the line, I'll probably get rid of these freaking reflectors. Okay, that's easy. You just unbolt it and it comes off. I think it's a separate thing. So, okay, and I think I'm done for tonight. I did a good amount of work. What I might want to do is check the torque on the axles and all the pinch bolts and everything. All right, I don't think the guy that I bought this from owned the torque wrench, man. That's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, none of this shit is like the right torque or anything, man. Okay, so I'm gonna probably take it for a ride around the neighborhood. It's definitely much more, secure than before. Right? It does look a little funky here, though. I feel like this should be a little higher, or maybe this should the plate should be lower. I think maybe this should be lower, and then this, because I think this is supposed to match this. I think this fender and this is a fender and the headlight combo type of deal. Okay, but the only thing that's going to flop around is this. Okay, a little bit, but your knees are going to be there to dampen that. All right, and then this doesn't flop around anymore either. All right, and we secured this. So, all right, I think I'm pretty sure there's a whole bunch of other bolts and shit that I need to torque properly, but I think it's good for now. Okay, so in this video, HadesOmega try to tidy up the bike as much as possible. All right, I added the bolt here for this. All right, we zip tied the back together. All right, so it's just there's only a bolt. Yeah, there's a bolts right here on the inside, and then that's it. And then the rest of this just flops around. So this keeps that from flopping around. I bent the tail light down a little bit so it doesn't touch this, so it won't rattle on that. Okay. We put the master link in the proper direction. I took the bolts out for the front sprocket. All right, I took them out and I put them back in with Loctite. Yeah, everything with Loctite, guys. All right, we put the bolt back here. All right, this guy, I put a bolt right there that was missing, and I didn't Loctite that one, but it's a split lock washer. All right, I added a washer to this bolt. All right, so it's so it can distribute the load better. Hopefully Robert can work his magic on that. I think what I can do is add a brace. We'll probably do it later, but we can add a brace going from here to here, and that will make this a lot stronger, because the moment, okay, the way this thing torques is going to go this way, I think, right? No, wait. If it spins counterclockwise, it's going to spin this way. Yeah, it's going to spin this way, and the torque is going to the opposing force goes clockwise, right? So this motor is going to want to do this. All right, when this goes like this, the motor wants to go the opposite way. So I think adding a brace here would be best. All right, so we can do that in the future. I can just use a steel thingy. Yeah. thing is, oh, I don't know. It might be a little bit crooked. So let's say if it's gonna it's probably come out, or we can bolt it to the back of this. Yeah, we'll figure something out. That'll be a different project. All right, guys. That'll be another video. We'll make a extra brace for that. I think that's all I need to do. But I still want Robert to make a stronger brackets for this. Look at this shit, man. This isn't going all the way. All right, it's not totally, you know, thing there. See, this one goes all the way. I don't know why. What happened there? Did he run out of material or something? That's what I say. So, but ideally, I want him to fill this in here, all right, and then cut this bracket off and make a new beefier bracket, all right, or add on to this bracket. One of the two, all right. What else? Oh, we put the fender back on, all right. I put longer bolts this time. Longer bolts with Loctite, obviously. And then yeah, and then we tightened up the wiring, and I think that's it. All right. I think we got a good amount of work done today. I put this nut back here, all right, but this doesn't seem to be doing anything. What I might want to do, I think, is get a piece of rubber. Yeah, get a piece of rubber, wrap it around here, and then clamp this on here. And then, because this isn't supposed to move, guys. See, it's moving. It's moving, but it's not supposed to move, right? This is supposed to move, but this isn't supposed to move, right? So when the whole fork assembly moves, all right, when the whole fork moves, this thing moves up with it, all right? But this is supposed to stay here. It's supposed to push this up through there, okay? That's the way it works, guys. It stands to see whether we want to upgrade the brake line later, all right? It's still running the rubber lines. I think they're fine. I think they're fine for off-road riding. The brakes seemed pretty damn good to me, all right? And all this bike lost 65 pounds, so it's got less bike it needs to brake, okay? Yeah, and then we took the chain off, all right, and I put the master clip in the right direction, and everything looks pretty good with the, I checked the free play, or the chain slack, and it's at the maximum, all right? So I said, I'll just leave it like that. Then if it's still in spec, then that's fine. I'm pretty sure it's going to be out of spec soon. I'm pretty sure we're probably going to have to rebuild this shock soon, because it's got the bumper is like deteriorating, man. We're going to have to take it apart, so we might as well do a rebuild on it. It's a 2008. If it's never been rebuilt, how old is that? 212, 16. This bike is 16 years old, going on 17, guys. So yeah, I think it's probably time to work on that shock, man. These bikes are getting old. Okay, so I think that's it for now. All right, so I'm gonna go take it for a test ride around the neighborhood, and then that'll be HadesOmega will be done for tonight. Okay, so that's my tidying up my new WR250E build project. Okay. All right, like I said, I didn't build it, but I'm building upon it, type of thing. All right, so, and this is going to be my like hare scramble bike. Okay, it's going to be a hare scramble / Grand Prix bike. Okay, but I'm just trying to get it ready for the hare scramble right now. That's coming up in a few weeks, so got to try to get it ready. I think it's pretty much ready already. If I add that extra brace there. But I don't want a floppy battery, and I don't want a motor mount that might break. Okay, and yes, I will continue to keep on putting Loctite on everything, guys, because it seems like everything is coming apart on this. Also, we probably should take this. We should probably take this this bike to Evolution Motorcycles and have them tune the suspension for me. Since it's lighter, I don't know. They could probably adjust it differently, maybe. Okay, but this is roughly going to be what the weight of it is going to be. Okay, all right. Thanks for watching. HadesOmega out. Looks like it's coming along nicely. Now we just got to fix this title problems.